Many people know that Jehovah's Witnesses can't accept blood transfusions, but what is the actual consequence for Jehovah's Witnesses if they were to receive a blood transfusion? Did you know that since around the year 2000, no Jehovah's Witness has been disfellowshipped or, the new terminology, removed for taking a blood transfusion? And that is because of a 1998 dispute that the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society had with the country of Bulgaria. Shifting over a little bit so I can read off of my laptop. On June 28, 1994, the Bulgarian Council of Ministers refused to renew the Watchtower's registration as a religion. The two main issues behind this decision were Watchtower doctrine forbidding witnesses to participate in military service, witnesses and their children to receive blood transfusions. What would ensue after that is a 4-year legal battle in which they would come to an amicable agreement. The Bulgarian government created a non-combative military service option for conscientious objectors, which Watchtower fell into, and in return, Watchtower changed their stance on military service as long as it was non-combative and it was part of a required thing. Witnesses could skirt that, but they also changed their rules regarding blood transfusions. If you know anything about the Witnesses by now, you know that right now their stance on blood transfusions is that Jehovah's Witnesses cannot take them. So what's the deal? Well, Watchtower changed the wording ever so slightly. So now people are not removed from the congregation for receiving a blood transfusion. They opt out. They disassociate themselves by taking a blood transfusion. For a long time, Jehovah's Witnesses did make a difference between disfellowshipping and disassociation. Namely, they would change the announcement from so-and-so has been disfellowshipped and so-and-so has disassociated himself. Now, I'm reading from jwfacts.com, and it doesn't have like a definitive statement as to when the policy changed, but the earliest source that it gives me for the announcement changing was in 2005, and now the announcement says so-and-so is no longer one of Jehovah's Witnesses, regardless of if they've been disfellowshipped or if they've disassociated. Nowadays, disfellowshipping and disassociation are treated as the same thing. It gets the same announcement. People are expected to treat them the same regardless of the reasons why they left. And I think it has a lot to do with this Bulgaria decision. Now adherents aren't removed for taking a blood transfusion. Rather, they have, of their own volition, in taking this blood transfusion, gone and disassociated themselves from the congregation. In the Shepherd the Flock of God book, which is the Elder's Manual from the 2025 edition, under the subheading of actions that may indicate disassociation, it has a number of actions that would disassociate somebody. Those include indicating a firm decision to no longer be known as one of Jehovah's Witnesses, joining another religious organization, taking a course that violates Christian neutrality, I would assume such as, some sort of politically charged group, or willingly and unrepentantly accepting blood. I'm going to read a couple of these just so that you get the difference in the wording in all of them. So under joining another religious organization, the instructions are: the elders may learn that a Christian has joined another religion or religious organization. If he is determined to remain with that religion or religious organization, he has disassociated himself. Under taking a course that violates Christian neutrality, it says, the elders may learn that a Christian has joined a non-neutral organization. If he is determined to remain with that organization, he has disassociated himself. If a Christian's employment makes him a clear accomplice in non-neutral activities, he should generally be allowed 6 months to adjust his employment. If he does not, he has disassociated himself. And now, moving on to blood. Under willingly and unrepentingly accepting blood, it says the committee should try to meet with the individual to determine the following. Did he willingly accept a blood transfusion? Did he do so because he was under extreme pressure? What's his attitude now? If he is repentant, the committee should provide spiritual assistance. Since he is spiritually weak, he would not qualify for special privileges for a period of time. In some cases, it may also be necessary to remove other privileges temporarily, such as commenting at meetings and presenting student assignments on the midweek meeting. Depending on the circumstances, the committee may also need to arrange for an announcement to be made to the congregation. The coordinator of the body of elders should approve the announcement before an elder reads it to the congregation at the next midweek meeting. The announcement should read as follows. The elders have handled a matter having to do with name of person. You will be glad to know that spiritual shepherds are endeavoring to render assistance. On the other hand, if he is repentant, he has disassociated himself. The blood doctrine still has special rules that still are the same sort of rules that are contained within the disfellowshipping arrangement. The difference being that if somebody takes blood, they are not subject to that 3-elder tribunal. Though some congregations, seeing as the instructions are for the elders to meet with them, some congregations may still hold a mini tribunal that may still have up to 3 elders when they're determining this information. So much like Norway, Bulgaria set a pattern for the organization where they, instead of changing their practice, they changed the wording around it. They moved some things around so that it seemed like, oh yeah, no, we do not disfellowship people for taking a blood transfusion. They willingly disassociate themselves. Or going to Norway, oh no, we've totally changed the disfellowshipping arrangement anymore. We don't even have a disfellowshipping arrangement anymore. It's called removal. It doesn't happen after only one meeting. It might take several. Oh, and minors are no longer removed from the congregation without their parents present, without repeated counsel from the elders. That's right. Minors can still be removed from the congregation, unlike what they told Norway was happening. All of this is to say that the decision in Norway, when it happened, caught a lot of people off guard, but is actually part of a pattern that the organization is following. And as new countries come in and try to strip the organization of its funding because of things like the disfellowshipping arrangement, the organization is going to continue to follow this sort of pattern.